Wine, 𝐿𝑂𝑘, best friends. What's up? What's happening? What's the vibe? How you vibing today? I hope all is well. I hope you are all blessed. Welcome back. Bienvenida Prata. Black is for expansion for my A1 since day one, best friends. For those of you who are new, bienvenida. My name is A Real Journey in these social media streets. I am the Rare Black Alicorn. And on my channel, I break down an energetic connection from an astrological and tarot perspective so you know how to move in both these energetic and physical streets. Bless. So that way you know how to work within your soul ties, aka your soul contracts. Okay? That's within yourself. And you doing it for yourself first and foremost from a healthier perspective, friend. Right. You know, and how do you do that? By knowing where you are at mentally as well as emotionally, and knowing what you want to accomplish within that contract. It could be with a friend, it could be with a family member, it could be something that you're trying to overcome, something you're trying to achieve in some type of way, shape, or form, because we have soul ties, aka soul contracts, with everything and everyone in our life, and life is just a reflection of everything that's going on above that's being reflected down below. Right. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your Henny, grab your CBD, grab your Mary Jane, whatever it is you want to do to relax, friend. I'm only going to take a few minutes of your time because your homegirl is about getting in and out. All right. You know, so therefore we can bring a table to a table because that's what friendships is all about, you know, and I'm all about building more healthier, I should say, energetic interdependency, so that way you can be more physically independent, because that's the type of friend I am, because that's the type of friend I am to myself. Bless. So anyway, anyhow, welcome to today's video, friend. All right, today is Sunday. Don't mind me. I'm looking down at the paper because I'm filming all of the days, all of this week's energies today, which is actually Saturday. So anyway, today is Sunday when you'll see this, and it will be June 18th, and we are going to experience a Cancer new moon energy. Right. Now, for those of you who are new, just remember, we have been talking about the fact that we are now traveling as a collective. We are all going through the trenches as a collective, just from our own personal perspectives and prospectives that we're building within our own lives, our own timelines, as to everything, just to be healthier, because we are currently as a collective in the 6th astrological house physically. Keyword physically. In the 6th astrological house, sorry, sometimes my tongue don't work with my mouth because your girl, you know, sometimes my tongue want to speak in one language and then it's like, no, you got to speak in another language. But anyway, moving on. So we are in the 6th astrological house, and that's all about health and services, day-to-day routines, how you're taking leadership of yourself, how you are being accountable for yourself, how are you being responsible for yourself. So it's going to show up, that energy, that focus for the month is going to show up in our lives in different types of ways, depending upon where you are at in your own self journey, and what you are currently tying yourself to, that you need to release, and therefore, and that you at your highest and most healthiest perspective is trying to call in. So with today being the Cancer new moon, the energy is going to be focused more so, or I should say energetically, all of us is going to be more focused on our emotional bodies, because as within, it is below. And our emotional bodies, we have to start with our new beginnings, because that's what the new moon is all about. You can't start a new beginning until you understand the emotional soul ties, because remember, our soul is energy. The emotions that our soul, you at your highest self, is trying to pull yourself to overcome as well as accomplish in your life, no matter where you're at in your life at this current time. Like, we are all going through like I said, the trenches together, right? So this week, with it being a new moon and it's falling in Cancer and it's falling on the 18th, it's all about that emotional communication that we are all having together as a collective, but as well, most importantly, you, yourself, friend, individually, within your life and your understandings of what life is and what life isn't and where you want to take it. Ashe. So with that being said, friend, you got to remember that, okay, pay attention today, because today is the 18th. That's the Moon Tarot card, because that's the 18th tarot card. So it's all about the types of communication that you're having within yourself in regards to how you are being a leader. And that is what you're building. That's what you're using. That's your platform. That's your foundation that you are using as your basis to be a healthier you, as far as how you provide for yourself, how you nurture yourself. Because health is not, because once again, we are in the astrological house of 6. And health services is all about services. I mean, it's what you providing to yourself, right? Because that's what a service is. It's providing something to you. So from a masculine perspective, it's like, what am I providing to myself? And from a feminine perspective, it's like, what am I doing to nurture it? Catch my vibes? Because we have to remember that we are both divine feminine and divine masculine energy, no matter if you are physically a male and female. Why? Because we came from the Most High Creator, right? And which is what? Both masculine and feminine energy. You know the vibes. So with that being said, this week, all of us in some type of way, shape, and form, in our own personal ways and our own personal factors, and meaning our ideas, our thoughts, our emotionalities that we understand of ourselves and for ourselves, is going to be pushed to start a new beginning. It's your job to make sure that you're actually moving within yourself in a healthier way, and your life is going to reflect that in some type of way. Prime example. Okay. So, that I experienced this week thus far, before, like I said, I'm filming this before Sunday. So thus far, like when it came to, okay, I'll just say this. So Friday, is ruled by, Venus energy. So it's all about love and romance. And when you really look up the word romance, it don't have ish to do with like your significant other, your partner. When you look up the word romance, it's all about the mysteries that you decide, or you're choosing something about. I forget. In noun form, it means like moving, understanding. Noun form, because I'm trying to go off the top of my head, bless. So it's all about creating things that are of pleasure and being excited. Because I remember the word mystery. Like, you don't know what today or tomorrow is going to bring, but you do know what it is you want to call in, and because that's what love is all about. Love is about pleasure, self-satisfaction, but you have to understand it, which is something that when it comes to Venus energy, that most people don't talk about. Venus, the goddess Venus, she understood how to be attractive and how to attract, and she was so good at it. Why? Because she understood herself. She understood what worked for her and what didn't. And Venus energy is feminine air energy. So that's all about your emotional body. Which is your soul. You know, the feminine aspect of you in energetic form that understands what it takes in this physical lifetime that you have chosen, or your higher self has chosen to be as you, friend, so that way you can be a better you. You know, you can experience the best of the best in this lifetime. Right. Because that's something all of us want to do and go about doing. So with this Cancer new moon, it's all about, okay, well, what am I going to do different? Because to service myself. Right. What am I going to do different to be a healthier me? But once again, it's all about the foundations that we are all collectively being pushed to experience. So once again, but in our own individual way of understanding thyself. Bless. Catch my vibe? So once again, with that being said, and with this Cancer new moon falling on the 18th, it's all about leadership, because 1 is magician power and 8 is strength card power. It's 8 power, as above, so below. And so it's like, okay, what emotions am I feeding into? Catch my vibe? What aspects of my life am I really trying to pay attention to, that I'm emotionally attached to, that I really want to see better at, and as well as that where I've established myself healthily at, to continue to vibe healthily. Catch my vibes? So today is with it being the 18th and stuff, like I said, that's moon card energy, and moon card energy is all about attainment. But it's the moon. That's the subconscious realms. That's our divine feminine energy. That's our like I said before, our emotional bodies. So in order to understand thyself, as I mentioned earlier, and to move healthier within your contracts this week, which we are all being pushed to do, it's like, okay, well, I need to understand myself and my emotional attachments. Catch my vibes? You know, why am I emotionally attached to this? Because we just left the waning moon season. So everything that you were being pulled to release, that you fought, guess what? Emotionally, within your mind, guess what? You're going to see that show up again. It's going to be new. But it's going to be a new face, a new aspect and stuff. But is that the new you really want to experience, friend? That's what your higher self is telling you. You know, within your soul contracts. And I said I was going to do an example about Friday. I got lost in the sauce. But anyway, I'm here and pull from the top. Okay. So, sorry, I'm being told what to pull next. So with that being said, I got lost in the sauce. So and I was saying that with as far as going back to my example, because on Friday, my son, my mother, because my youngest son, he just turned 4. So now he's entering his journey as far as how to be a leader, an emperor of his own right. You know, so at 4 years old, with him being a preschooler / toddler, well, now he's entering top preschooler phase. It's like, okay, he's trying to understand who he is and what type of, and make sure he has a voice, because it's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm a child, but yes, I'm still an individual. I still have my own rights. And that's something that on my spiritual journey, you know, I'm exiting out of old traditional parenting things that I used to do, and I'm still learning even more how to parent healthier, you know. So as I mentioned in my point of view soul contract parent thing. I forgot what I titled it a couple of days ago. You know, it's like, okay, I'm learning, like, when I say no, I don't just say no. I give an example why. But I'm saying this because, like I said, we're all going to be pushed to start new journeys within our emotional bodies above, which is going to show how and where we are healthy and unhealthy at this week in our life. And because remember, as above, so below, especially when you think about today being the 18th. Because it's about where am I taking leadership at within my life healthily, and to really obtain true new beginnings, you know. And I'm saying this and I'm bringing up my son because on Friday, because with him being 4 now, it's like, okay, well, I need to, my mother, okay, I'll just tell you what happened. Okay, so my mother, my son was in the room with all his siblings, and my mother, because you know, that's grandma, she always coming around. He the youngest of the grandkids, so she in his space the most, you know. Oh, you know, what, how you doing? Can we play? Can you talk? Of course, I mean, because he the youngest grandkid, that's grandma, and grandparents want to be around all their grandkids, but they tend to go to the youngest the most and stuff sometimes because that's the youngest, you know. That's just the vibe. That's typically when it comes to grandparents, right. So with that being said, you know, and like I said, he's at that age where he's finding his voice. He's just entered because he just had his birthday not that long ago, and so now he's 4. So it's like, okay, I want to be a leader. I want to be heard, you know. So she came in the room with him, and of course she went in just to talk to him. She went or whatever, but she was close to him. And the first thing out of his mouth was, "Get out." So I'm listening to everything, and she like, "Get out. You don't tell me get out. You don't talk to me that way." Of course, you know. So, but I saw that experience as, like I said, as that was happened. And I saw that experience as far as when it comes to me and when I experience things in life, it's like, well, how am I being a leader? How am I with this Cancer new moon that's coming up? How am I actually making sure that my voice is heard? Like I am actually hearing the most healthiest inner wisdom that I have, that I embody within me. So that way I can be the best leader for me. I can set the best and healthiest and the strongest foundation for myself. You know, so that's what I get with this Cancer new moon energy, especially with it being falling on the 18th. It's like, where am I actually being a leader at in my most healthiest way? And how can I tighten up and make sure I am fully stabilizing that type of energy and doing it in the most healthiest and peaceful way, so that way I do not offend myself, you know. So that way when other emotions come into play that might be a little bit more passive aggressive, because that's how I saw that situation that I heard on Friday and stuff. So that way I don't offend myself and continue to fight with myself in ways where it creates more internal battle. And you know, because that's what happened to my mom, because she was like, "You don't talk to me that way," because naturally it's like, you're a kid, you know. Traditionally that's how we're raised, right? You're a kid, you don't know anything about life. I've been through this, that, and the third. Think about your soul, your energy, the most ancient part of you, been through so much, and it's now here as you. So it's like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, give you thoughts, I give you ideas, I give you I'm doing this, I'm doing that and stuff, and I want the lower part of me, the physical part of me, to listen more. How can I do that? So that way I can service myself healthier. So that way I can be healthier. I can be more responsible. So I don't have to take no ish from anybody else who come, and I can be in more control of my life because now I'm working with and within my life. My contracts, my soul ties a lot healthier because now I know where I emotionally stand. I now know what I embody and why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing. And that's something that I'm working on more and more every single day. And that's something I wanted to talk about, this week. And that's kind of like the energy that we're all going to experience in our own individual way. In my way, it was me putting two and two together to heighten my discernment and stuff for myself first and foremost, because of the goals that I want to accomplish and achieve for myself and my family. But first I have to understand what I'm cleansing out and how I'm cleansing it out and what I'm tied to. And so the universe, higher self, mother God, however you want to say it, temperance. Okay. It's like, okay, well, you need to make sure you're doing this and doing that. So this puts me into our oracle message and our tarot message for the day, friend. It says to receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment. Certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be declared. 𝐴𝑅𝑒𝑒𝑒 signifies a time of rapid movement on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world. Release and you shall receive. Isn't that what we were talking about? And then temperance came out in reverse. So when things come out in reverse, I see it as, once again, just paying attention to the things that your internal battles and stuff, because temperance energy is all about balance, moderation, going through your trials, going through your tribulations in order to actually earn the things that you seek. Because as the saying goes, God don't put nothing on you more than you can handle. So when you find yourself in a certain situation and stuff that has pushed you to the limit, and stuff, and you're feeling aggravated, you're feeling lost, you're feeling just discouraged and stuff, just know that, remember, friend, it's you who makes those decisions, but it's certain things that you have to get rid of in order to actually see new beginnings in that area of your life that you're experiencing your lessons, your challenges, your hardships, your growth, where you want to see growth, and not just any old type of growth, because we came here not to just we got to get out of the mindset of being here just for temporary reasons. Because back in the day, excuse my language, motherfuckers lived for thousands and thousands of years. That's what they keep pushing in our faces. But they don't talk about how, like, at the end of the day, we all are children of God, right? Right. So with that being said, we all have a chance of immortality where we do not have to accept this, like, temporary stuff. The physicality that life is just what it is. Like, this is just how it is. Anyway, that's something else. But anyway, moving on. Friend, that's the energy that we are being pushed in with this Cancer new moon. Overall, it's just to make sure that you are going through your trials and your tribulations grounded first and foremost, because you got to be grounded above in order to be grounded below. That's what our higher selves is telling us at this time. That's the universal message for all of us. I shouldn't say, the universal message for all of us. In our own individual way, so that way you can receive the inheritance and the blessings that you really seek, no matter where in the areas of your life where you're meant to have it. Because just because you're not experiencing that success right now doesn't mean you're not meant to have it. It just means you're not meant to at all, I should say. It just means that you're not ready for it, because there is something you're still emotionally tied to that you still have, that you've attained. within your emotional body, within your energy that you've attained, that you need to understand more. And the things that you do understand and are successful at, and you got it down, okay, pay attention to, because at the end of the day, when there's always something good going on, there's always going to be something bad lurking around. Like they say, if you ain't doing something right, if you ain't got no haters. So you got to pay attention to always pay attention. Facts. Okay. I didn't say that just to say repeat it double for no reason. You have to pay attention to aka be always consciously aware of yourself in order to truly know, like I said, where you're at mentally and emotionally, to know who you're tying up with, aka who you're soul tied to and why. So hey, if I need to get the F on, or can I work better with and stuff. But once again, it's not just about the outside, like your relationships to actual tangible things, or as well as to people, but also it's a reflection of you, because it's your life at the end of the day is showing you, okay, this is where I'm connected to this person, and this person been treating me wrong and stuff, but that's because I've been doing this, that, and the third. Prime example, because I can only use myself as an example. Like when I was married, I always was fussing about, you don't pay me any attention, not realizing I was not paying myself attention. And unfortunately, that was a lesson I had to learn a hard way. And then he as well, because of the simple fact we both was in that same type of contract together. Catch my vibes? To learn how we both was neglecting ourselves in our own individual ways, but we was putting it on each other. Like, you don't do this, you don't do that. Like, it just came out as a pointing finger type of thing and stuff. And then it was like, well, then you get that mindset, I'm better than you because I do this, that. No, that's the devil is a lie. That's what this world will make you think and stuff. But that's just your higher self trying to fix its inner the past and stuff. So once again, you got to go through stuff sometimes, so that way you can understand where the F you're respectfully saying you're wrong at. So that way you could auto-correct yourself or get better at auto-correcting yourself. So that way you ain't got to deal with nobody else. You ain't got to deal with with being unhealthily attached to anything, person, places, environments, and things like that. So with that being said, we are going to build. The energy is building to get us prepared, because we're going to be in July soon, which is the 7th astrological house. And the 7th astrological house is the house of partnerships, not romantic partnerships, but dealings, transactions. So you see how the pattern of energy is going. It builds. Things are supposed to phase out for a reason. So that way you can so that way you could create the space, the energetic space, first and foremost, to be able to healthily ground yourself in the places that you truly are meant to be in, but from a peaceful perspective, instead of being always connecting to stuff that, hey, it look good, it sound good, but is it really good? This month is to make you pay attention to what it is you're actually doing to actually service yourself and provide for yourself, so that way you can nurture it properly. So you can either be the mama to and for yourself that you needed to be, that you have not learned as of yet because of the physical things that we've been tied to on our own individual understandings and perspectives of life. So that way you could just be better. So you can take care of yourself the way you need to. That way you have created the space to actually healthily take care of others. Catch my vibe? I hope I wasn't too all over the place and stuff, because then we're going into the waxing crescent moon all this week. So starting tomorrow, Monday the 19th, which is sun card energy, And it's also moon energy because Mondays rule the moon. So today this is Sunday and it's ruled by the sun. So it's like, okay, being more aware of what you're actually renewing. So coincidental that it's falling on the day of the new moon, because it's like, okay, what am I actually renewing? What type of contracts or paths and energies am I actually renewing to use as my source of vitality? Get it? Catch my vibes? All right, friend. I hope that has helped you in some type of way, shape, or form understand yourself more and your connections and stuff. Build your discernment, because once again, I'm all about my channel is all about strengthening your discernment for yourself, so that way you don't, because we are literally wired, because I studied this with the brain. No, I'm not a neuroscientist, but you don't have to be like a expert to be an expert, feel me? So like I said, I can only break things down from my understanding and hopefully somebody will help them to understand themselves better. But anyway, I'm doing Miss Chatterbox again. So I'm going to end this video, and I hope you all stay blessed up. Remember, I'm always sending peace, love, and bliss to you all. What else? Oh, don't forget to tell yourself I am irrefutable, BKA I'm impossible to deny. Pump yourself up, because you are the creator and the co-creator, the first creator and the first co-creator of your life, besides your higher self and Mother God, the Most High God, and stuff of everything. All right. Ashe. So stay blessed up, and I will see you in the next video or the astral realms. Bye.